What's up, y'all? It's your girl EJ, and welcome back to my channel. Now, today we're going to be talking about All the Queen's Men, Season 3, Episode 2. And you already know this episode starts right where the last one left off, and that is with your girl Trouble doing what she does, and that's actually getting in trouble. But this time, Trouble actually does a good thing. She comes through, hits the car, and causes the police to follow after her. Now, we all know that on the last episode, Detective Davis was on one. She decided that she was gonna try to search Midnight's vehicle without probable cause. I mean, where they do that at? Well, everywhere. So anyway, I got jokes today, y'all. But anyway, y'all, so the police are gonna go chasing after Trouble, and and she blew up the car and all that good stuff. And this actually allows Midnight and Amp to be able to get the body into Dime's car so that they can get the body where it needs to go. So anyway, y'all, as the episode opens up, Trouble is like definitely feeling herself about what just happened. And Rayshawn is like, you are absolutely crazy. So anyway, Doc and Face are going to get at Fuego, and, the officers are going to come in and they're going to save him. Madam is going to meet up with the attorney. He's going to tell her basically not to press her luck, like she doing too much. And I was like, okay, I see you, attorney, trying to tell Madam something, but Madam ain't trying to listen. And he does say that they are going to need another judge, because he does low-key throw some shade talking about this is basically what the judge would be good for, our good judge, our dearly departed judge who took her last breath in a very shocking way. But anyway, y'all, your boy Tommy is on one with that doggone pocket muffin. I'm not even gonna hold him. Tommy just do too much. But it was very clever and it was very funny, because Joey did try him with them cookies though, y'all. So anyway, the DA says that she got to get another investigator because Detective Davis took yet another L and she ain't feeling it. Now, Blue wants to get at she don't want to get at Pretty Ricky. She want to get at Pretty Ricky brother, because he done shot her, done just left her. Good thing she had on that vest, because Blue would have been out of here. But Madam is like, no, that's not what we doing. And we all know that Madam has to move a little bit smarter now. She can't be reckless, because the concierge is not that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, the concierge is a different type of cat, and she has to handle him in a different type of way. So she's like, no, we cannot do that right now. It's too much heat. She don't know where this dude is. Like, calm down. But something tells me that Blue is not going to calm down for long. I feel like Blue at some point is probably going to retaliate sooner than later, and I can't really blame her. Meanwhile, Detective Davis is taking another stab at Fuego. She tells him, like, look, Madam is probably the one who did this to your girlfriend. She's probably the one who set you up in order to gain your loyalty. Of course, Fuego just doesn't see that. He's like, why would she even do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, Detective Davis does tell him that he can go, because at the end of the day, she can't hold him on anything. She doesn't have anything on him. But why he gotta be a bitch and all, Detective Davis? Like, that was just harsh. You just gonna talk about Fuego like that? I'm just saying. She be doing too much, y'all, and that's why she took another L. So anyway, y'all, Madam is going to visit her dad, and something was weird going on with the nurse, but we're also going to talk about that a little later, because we was getting all the vibes from her in this first visit. But y'all, anyway, let's move on. So the lawyer is going to go and get everybody out, including Fuego, but Fuego is like, he not going. He feels like y'all gonna try to do something to me. I'm not getting in the car with y'all. So Fuego does not get into that car with Doc and Face. Now, once Madam actually visits her dad, he's going to tell her, that this is bad. He's actually going to get on to Madam. He's actually going to chastise her. He's going to tell her that, what she did was wrong. And Madam actually admits it. She knows that this was not the move. She knows that this was not how that she shouldn't basically have cut off Lotus's head, like she shouldn't have agitated the cartels. And, now we got Pretty Ricky out here somewhere hiding, and we don't know exactly where he's at. Like, this is not a good thing. But he also lets her know and reminds her who she is. You know what I'm saying? And he gives her an idea. We also learned that her father has connections. Her father is still that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's pretending to have dementia. Yes, he trying to stay out of jail, which was a genius plan. And let me just say, he has executed this very well, by the way. But at the end of the day, he still has his connections. He still can find ways to help her. But, you know, he has to be very careful because everybody has been watching him, of course. So he does tell her, like, look, you have to go about this in a different way. So he tells her about getting at the governor's daughter. The governor's daughter has just turned 21. And, you know, this is the play. So I am interested to see how all of this is going to work out, what the purpose of the governor's daughter will play. So we shall see, I guess, as the coming up episodes come about and as we see the full plan come into fruition. Now, Fuego is going to end up visiting Amp, y'all. Now, he's going to go to Amp, and Amp is just like, look, I can't help you. Like, I got my own stuff and I cannot help you. But when it's all said and done, you know, Amp does say he'll, you know, go to the club with him because basically you just need to go to the club is what he told him. Like, look, just go to the club. And hey, I'm about to go there too. And Amp does say that it's a prison. And I'm like, dang, Amp still don't want to be at that doggone club, y'all. But I ain't mad at him. I get it. I understand. Now, meanwhile, Rayshawn is going to end up getting his job back. I mean, it appears that thanks to a little assist from your girl Trouble, Rayshawn gets his job back because, you know, he did help out with the situation. So there's that. Now, Madam is going to tell Fuego what the real deal is and, you know, about what she actually does. You know, she tells him about the money laundering and all that stuff. And of course, he looks dumbfounded, like all that been going on here. Like, bruh, yes, all of that has been going on here. So anyway, Madam is just going to tell him, you know, that the evidence that they got rid of, basically, that they cleaned up for him will fall back on him, that all of this stuff is there, and she basically has him exactly where she wants him at. Now, she never admits to her actually doing all of this. As a matter of fact, she says the exact opposite because he straight up asked her if she was the one who did it. And, you know, at the end of the day, he says he believes her, but does he? I mean, we're going to have to talk about that in a separate video. So anyway, y'all, Madam just tells him he has to toughen up, you know, so it is what it is. Now, Madam is going to want to talk to Amp. They are going to have a conversation, and she's just like, look, you doing too much out here. You out here drinking and, you know, having sex with all these women. Like, get your shit together, Amp. Like, for real, for real. And then she's like, are you still upset about the whole situation? And she pretty much apologizes in her way. But at the end of the day, this is all he's going to get from her. And he has to know that. I'm pretty sure he knows that. He says that they're good. But at the end of the day, it feels like Amp is still not 100% good. And like I said, I'm not saying that I don't understand what he went through. I mean, his aunt almost killed him, for crying out loud. And now he has regressed back into this behavior that clearly was something that he used to do. And now he's back to this point again. And I'm sorry, I just don't like this Amp. I really don't. Can we get Amp from season 1 back? Please. I mean, paging Amp from season 1. Can you please come back? Now, meanwhile, back in the dressing room, Fuego is going to ask the fellas, like, what? Am I in a gang now? And they're all just like, shit, pretty much, you know. And then they all have a little jokey joke about how tough Fuego was and how much of a fight he put up. And Midnight is just like, dang, I can't even believe that. But they was like, shit, yeah, I mean, he put up a really good fight. So there's that. And it's all good with them. Like, they cool. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just business. Like I said, these fellas are loyal to Madam and they do what Madam tells them to do. So it ain't that they ain't cool with Fuego or that they don't like Fuego. But once you go against the family, shoot, it's like a light switch, you know, shit can turn off. And then when she let you back in, it turned back on. It's the same way they did to Amp when he came up in that dressing room and they kicked his butt out. But as soon as Madam brought him in, all of a sudden everything was good. So it is what it is. So anyway, y'all, we're going to get one of the best dance scenes that we have seen, y'all. Like, I love all the dance scenes. I do. But this shower scene, though, woo. Anyway, y'all, that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, last but not least, y'all, we are going to see the nurse. We're gonna get back to the nurse. We're back to the nurse. The nurse is bathing her father. Now, if you do not know or remember, her father's nickname is Cadillac. You know, he's a gangster out in these streets. So anyway, she's bathing him, and then all of a sudden, y'all, the nurse just gets out of control. Like, the nurse get a little freaky, and she started like bathing him in his man areas, talking about, I know why they call you Cadillac and all this extra stuff. And then next thing you know, she was giving him a little fellatio. And then the funniest part happens, because she was like, you don't even know what's going on right now. And then his head kind of turns around, and she's like, I bet that got your attention. And then he said, shoulder did. That mess was funny as hell. If you have not seen the end of the episode, if you were one of the people who didn't catch the end of the episode because it was missing, then you can definitely go and check it out now. The episodes are back in their full. Okay, y'all. So go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and let me know what you think about this freaking nurse, and what do you think about the plan about the governor's daughter? What do you think the full plan is? What do you think the purpose of the governor's daughter is? Anyway, y'all, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel if you haven't already subscribed. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any of my future All the Queens Men's Talk. Meanwhile, YouTube says that you just might like this video next. Go ahead and take a look, guys. Until next time, peace.